God hates narcissists because their behavior is self-destructive. Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving into a topic that hits close to home for many of us. The undeniable truth about narcissists and how they ultimately ruin themselves. It's a fact we're about to explore. Despite their facade of control, narcissists inevitably self-destruct. Sure, it might not be immediately obvious, especially right after a breakup. But trust me, over time, the consequences of their actions come knocking. Join me as I unveil the reasons why narcissists seal their own fate. If you've ever dealt with one or just want to understand the psychology behind their downfall, this video is for you. So stay tuned and let's dive in. Number 1. Insatiable dissatisfaction. The narcissist's eternal torment. The initial downfall of narcissists begins with their inherent inability to find contentment. They perpetually believe that something better awaits them, rendering them perpetually discontented with their current circumstances or partners. Regardless of the individual's efforts, appeasing a narcissist remains an insurmountable task. This phenomenon often manifests prominently in high-profile couples within the entertainment industry, where one partner incessantly seeks novelty and excitement despite seemingly having it all. Narcissists harbor an incessant craving for continual stimulation, reviling the mundane predictability of everyday life. Their disdain for routine stems from a profound internal sense of dissatisfaction and misery, even if they refrain from acknowledging it consciously. Externally, narcissists may project an illusion of contentment, meticulously curating their social media profiles to showcase a seemingly glamorous and enviable lifestyle. Posts detailing extravagant vacations, European escapades, or visits to iconic landmarks like the Eiffel Tower serve to maintain this facade. However, beneath this veneer lies an unrelenting hunger for new thrills and unceasing validation from an ever-changing array of individuals. This duplicity can render covert narcissists particularly challenging to identify, as they masterfully present themselves as kind and admirable individuals to outsiders. Their relentless pursuit of external validation often leads them to excessively flatter and charm those in their social circle, with the ulterior motive of currying favor and building a network of useful connections for future exploitation. Consequently, they may reserve their true, contemptuous behavior for private interactions, secure in the belief that they have already secured your loyalty and no longer need to maintain the facade. Furthermore, the destructive path of narcissists extends to their insatiable greed, particularly evident in their relentless pursuit of wealth. No amount of financial prosperity ever suffices for them, driving them to resort to manipulative tactics to amass greater fortunes. This avaricious behavior frequently manifests within familial contexts, where they may resort to deceit and manipulation to secure a larger share of inheritances. Similarly, in professional settings, covert narcissists often engage in excessive flattery and sycophantic behavior towards their superiors, viewing such actions as strategic maneuvers to advance their own interests and ambitions. Number 2. Envious striving. The endless competition of narcissists. Envy and jealousy serve as significant catalysts in the self-destruction of narcissists, rendering them incapable of experiencing inner peace. Life for narcissists is an unending contest, particularly when confronted with the achievements of others. Instead of rejoicing in or acknowledging your success, a narcissist is more inclined to feel threatened and compelled to assert their superiority. Their responses may manifest in seeking external validation to prove their superiority, whether through professional accomplishments or maintaining a facade of impeccable appearance. The insatiable need for attention supersedes any recognition or celebration of others' achievements. The fundamental issue lies in the narcissist's inability to find solace and contentment in life's simple pleasures. Their perpetual quest for validation and stimulation renders them perpetually dissatisfied with their current state. Number 3. Leading double lives, the exhausting facade of narcissists. Another significant avenue through which narcissists undermine themselves is by leading dual lives, expending their energy on multiple relationships or engagements outside their primary partnership, whether through infidelity or other means. While not all narcissists engage in extramarital affairs, their propensity for secrecy and duplicity inevitably drains them. This incessant pursuit of external validation and excitement leaves them utterly depleted, often evidenced by their exhaustion during social interactions. Revealing the toll of their relentless pursuit of stimulation, narcissists struggle to find joy in life's simpler pleasures, perpetually driving themselves to the brink in search of novelty and excitement. The adage, "narcissists are for the streets," aptly encapsulates their preference for environments rife with immediate gratification, such as nightlife, substance abuse, and impulsive pursuits. Number 4. Hedonistic pursuits. The relentless quest for pleasure. Their inability to resist temptation stems from a profound need for constant gratification, serving as a means to evade feelings of boredom and sadness. This behavior often originates from unresolved childhood traumas or a lack of boundaries, perpetually leaving them feeling unfulfilled. Ultimately, this lifestyle exacts a toll on their physical and emotional well-being. Narcissists may encounter a myriad of health issues, including diabetes and weight gain due to excessive indulgence, further exacerbating their overall health. Additionally, their actions have far-reaching consequences, inflicting stress and health problems upon their loved ones, potentially leading to a range of mental health conditions, from depression to anxiety, and even serious illnesses like cancer. The stress they generate can manifest in digestive and thyroid problems, and even hoarding tendencies, further exacerbating their own distress and that of those in their immediate circle. In the end, the relentless pursuit of pleasure and the evasion of inner turmoil precipitate the downfall of narcissists, both physically and emotionally. Number 5. The web of deception. Narcissists and their lies. Another contributing factor to the downfall of narcissists is their proclivity for deceit. This universal truth, acknowledged by those seasoned in the intricacies of life, finds resonance even in biblical teachings, exemplified by the adage, "You reap what you sow." For narcissists, who frequently resort to falsehoods, the repercussions of their actions inevitably catch up with them. Consider a scenario where a narcissist, notorious for their dishonesty, becomes embroiled in a legal dispute. In a courtroom environment, where their actions are subject to scrutiny and examination, the narcissist's usual tactics of evasion and gaslighting prove futile. Attempts to feign ignorance or innocence hold no sway, particularly before a discerning judge unwilling to entertain such manipulative maneuvers. This is precisely how narcissists engineer their own demise. Their web of lies unravels, particularly in contexts demanding accountability, such as legal proceedings involving financial matters. Presenting irrefutable evidence, such as documentation attesting to the narcissist's indebtedness, leaves them bereft of escape. In the face of an impartial judiciary intolerant of deceit, they'd find themselves incapable of manipulating facts to suit their narrative. Furthermore, narcissists often become ensnared in their own falsehoods, particularly in instances of infidelity, where they engage in multiple extramarital affairs or interactions with alternative sources of supply, as they might term them. Invariably, they lose track of their web of deceit. As the eminent Judge Judy famously quips, "When you're a liar, you better have a good memory." This is precisely where narcissists falter. Their failure to recall their fabrications inevitably leads to exposure, particularly when confronted by individuals astute enough to discern the truth beneath their veneer of deception. Number 8. The hubris of intellect, narcissists, and their overestimation. Another avenue through which narcissists sabotage themselves is by harboring the belief that they are intellectually superior to everyone else. A notion that reality starkly refutes. In truth, there will always be individuals possessing greater intellect or resilience. Recognizing one's fallibility and embracing the wisdom that accompanies such acknowledgement eludes narcissists. Their undoing often transpires when they endeavor to manipulate or engage in psychological warfare with individuals possessing keener discernment, who readily discern their deceit. Consequently, narcissists find themselves outwitted by individuals who perceive through their charades and adeptly counter their machinations. Additionally, narcissists contribute to their own downfall by fostering discord within familial bonds. Operating under the misguided belief that greener pastures await elsewhere, they readily forsake existing partnerships, potentially abandoning their offspring in pursuit of new relationships. In due course, disillusionment may ensue as these new connections fail to fulfill their lofty expectations, leaving them entangled in the responsibilities of multiple families. The strain engendered by their divided loyalties can fracture or sever ties with their children, as their inability to provide requisite care and support engenders resentment. Moreover, narcissists often gravitate toward behaviors with criminal implications. From theft to fraud and various other illicit endeavors, their sense of invincibility leads them down treacherous paths. However, the fallacy that they can outmaneuver others and evade accountability for their transgressions proves grievously misguided. With each dishonest act, the likelihood of exposure heightens, culminating in the inevitable reckoning for their misdeeds. Like all individuals entangled in criminality, narcissists eventually falter, confronting the consequences of their actions and hastening their own demise. Number 11. Confrontation with knowledge. The narcissist's Achilles heel. Another route to self-ruin for narcissists manifests when they encounter individuals well versed in the intricacies of narcissistic behavior. In such encounters, their typical manipulative tactics fall flat, devoid of any impact. Educated individuals may opt to hold narcissists accountable for their actions or simply disengage from them altogether, recognizing the futility of engaging in their deceptive games. The presence of knowledgeable individuals serves as a formidable barrier to the narcissist's usual modes of manipulation and coercion. Furthermore, narcissists often fail to establish a stable foundation in life, preferring transient connections over lasting relationships or accomplishments. Their perpetual quest for validation leads them from one person to the next, unable to cultivate enduring bonds or achievements. This lack of stability ultimately undermines their sense of fulfillment and contentment, leaving them perpetually dissatisfied and unfulfilled. As narcissists age, their allure gradually wanes, no longer possessing the youthful charm upon which they once relied. By the time they reach their 40s, 50s, or 60s, the appeal they once held begins to diminish. Consequently, if they seek to attract younger partners or supplies, they must offer alternative incentives, such as financial stability. However, as their attractiveness diminishes, so too do their options, leaving them with increasingly limited choices. This predicament is further compounded by the realization that they may have forsaken potentially fulfilling relationships in their youth, opting instead for transient connections that ultimately left them empty-handed. Now faced with diminished prospects and mounting regret, narcissists find themselves settling for partners who fail to meet their desires, lamenting the valuable relationships they carelessly discarded in pursuit of fleeting gratification. Number 13. Misplaced priorities. The downfall of narcissists. The paramount reason behind the self-ruin of narcissists lies in their failure to appreciate the truly significant facets of life. Obsessed with material possessions and the facade of superiority, narcissists prioritize luxury brands, extravagant cars, and opulent residences, all of which serve to bolster their image of grandiosity. However, this fixation blinds them to the intrinsic value of genuine relationships and love. In their relentless pursuit of material wealth to attract partners, they find themselves surrounded by individuals drawn to their assets rather than their character. Consequently, narcissists remain devoid of the authentic affection and loyalty essential for emotional fulfillment, existing in a world replete with superficial connections, but devoid of genuine bonds. The primary manner in which narcissists undermine themselves is by underestimating the worth of the authentic individuals in their lives. Often, they realize too late that they have forsaken meaningful relationships in pursuit of endless accumulation. This belated recognition can engender bitterness and health issues, as narcissists exhaust themselves in the pursuit of self-gratification. Whether through incessant demands for attention, indulgence in physical pleasures, or excessive socialization, their ceaseless quest exacts a toll on their well-being, seldom affording them the respite needed for recuperation. Number 16. Relationship pitfalls. Narcissists' undoing. Narcissists further sabotage themselves through their relationships. Despite their reluctance to definitively end relationships, opting to keep former partners within arm's reach, they often exhibit behaviors so off-putting that others feel compelled to depart. This passive rejection occurs when individuals decide to leave due to the narcissist's neglect or lack of care. In some cases, narcissists actively sever ties, alienating individuals who then choose permanent distance. Friendships with narcissists suffer because they are unwilling to make sacrifices unless it serves their interests. When others need their assistance, they concoct excuses to avoid responsibility, citing illness or business. However, when they find themselves in need, they encounter a stark realization. People recall their previous indifference and are unwilling to reciprocate. This underscores the principle of reaping what one sows. The narcissist's failure to contribute positively results in a lack of support where they require it. While narcissists may initially appear generous if it advances their agenda, such generosity is fleeting and contingent. When they cease receiving what they desire, their benevolence evaporates. Conversely, performing altruistic deeds for others often yields reciprocal kindness. However, a narcissist's self-serving actions generate karma devoid of genuine goodwill. Consequently, when they seek support, they encounter indifference due to their history of neglect. I frequently impart this wisdom to my children, emphasizing the importance of mutual respect. Respect, I explain, is reciprocal. Failing to reciprocate efforts signals a lack of regard, potentially hindering assistance during times of need. This principle underpins human relationships, extending to interactions with narcissists. Since narcissists typically act in self-interest and rarely extend themselves for others, they shouldn't be surprised when others respond with indifference during their moments of need. As we conclude, it's clear that narcissists often find themselves in need of assistance, yet fail to provide it to others. Whether it's financial support or emotional care, their neglectful behavior eventually catches up with them. This is especially evident in their relationships with their children, where neglect and absence result in estrangement in later years. Life has a way of reflecting the energy you put out. Narcissists who give little receive little in return, leading to a lonely and dissatisfied existence. They bring about their own downfall through their actions and outlook on life. I've witnessed firsthand how a narcissist's neglect of self-care led to serious health issues. This principle applies universally. The choices we make come back to us. Dishonesty and deceit lead to consequences, while truth holds power. If you resonate with this insight, please show your support by liking, commenting, and sharing this video. Don't forget to subscribe for more content. And remember, if you're seeking further guidance, check out the free book and consider a one-on-one consultation linked in the description below. Wishing you all a great day ahead.